We had an idea from information. We didn't have anybody stepping forward to say anything.
And who was it? Who did you think was in the coffin?
Well, the four names that we were leaning on was Dwayne Davis, Terrence Brown, DeAndre Smith, and Orlando Anderson. Those were the names that we've been leaning on. But again, those are just the names we had.
Right. You had no live witness to tell you.
No.
Yeah. You all had confidential, reliable, the CRI that
we personally didn't even have that. I mean, I guess everybody else did, but we didn't have a name that would step forward and say anything. And I believe the CRIs were even throwing out Darnell Brim and other people.
I'm going to kind of go through some of these, but there's one I want to show you. You've looked at these 10 photo lineups recently, right?
Correct.
And then there's another 6 photo lineups that you have where there's just a handwritten log. Right?
Yeah, and after looking at those, I'm wondering if those are photo lineups that I did later, because the 4 girls that I think Mike interviewed that night at the shooting scene, I had attempted to get in touch with them, and I think I talked to a couple of them, and 1 or 2 of them lived in the LA area, and either, I think it was LAPD, we had sent some lineups to them to look at. Those might have been the lineups we sent to them, actually, because it was, what, 97 or 98? And I think technology might have got a little better by then.
So let me look out here. Because I have in my hand the log. So let me start with the log, and then we're going to go back to the other ones in just a minute, but let me pull up the log first. I'm sure there's more technical. We don't like the advance if we were younger. If I were younger, if we could figure out how to do this easier. But
You're doing better than me.
these are the logs. This is the logs you wrote for each one of those lineups, right? So you had Orlando Anderson in one, Darnell Brim in another, Roger.
These are probably notes that I wrote down because we were just trying to put something together to send off. Because I'm seeing, well, Roger Williams would have been, wasn't a Southside Crip. From what I remember, he was a mob guy or something. He was the opposite of everybody else.
Roger Williams, you recall his nickname being Neckbone?
Yes, because I think we got to talk to him briefly down in Compton.
The name Jerry Bonds was the name that
Jerry Bonds was a name that came up very, very early on, and I think Compton had it, and as time went on, Jerry Bonds' name kind of was fading out. I think he's a side Compton Crip, but as things went on, his name just started disappearing, even from the informants.
And then the last one on there is Big Dre or DeAndre Smith.
DeAndre Smith, who's the guy that we think was in the back seat with Orlando Anderson.
And I'm going to go to the DeAndre Smith photo lineup. That's 91.
Not just meal kits, and it's not just groceries, it's for I might be right to film about mosque.
On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur came to Las Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight. After the fight, Tupac and Suge Knight, Trayvon Lee, and other people that were with them ran into a person named Orlando Anderson. And Orlando Anderson is the defense center. And when they encountered Orlando Anderson by himself, the attack. That attack was captured on video. Then, 2 hours later, Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight, drive down Flamingo to Club 662, Tupac is dead. Then 2.5 hours after Tupac, Suge, H, they are gunned down. Tupac is gunned down in a drive-by shooting in a white Cadillac, an act of revenge. During those 2.5 hours, we will learn that the defendant was escalating and planning the retribution for the deed of his beloved enemy. Now, let's be clear. Wayne Davis did not live